Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday and welcome back. Today we are continuing my Best of 2021 series, and the candle brand that we're talking about today is Bath and Body Works. So as I did with last week's video, I'm going to give a little bit of an overview of my experience in terms of shopping with Bath and Body Works this year, and my experience just in general burning the candles and overall thoughts. And then I will mention my top 5 favorite candles of 2021 from them last year. This one was a little bit tough. I decided that I wanted to focus on scents that were new to me for the most part. There's one on here that I have burned in the past, but it hadn't been out in quite some time, and so I thought, since I haven't had it in a while, maybe I could consider it new. Anyway, it was a scent that I've always loved from Bath and Body Works, and it finally came back, and so I stuck it in there. I don't know if that's cheating, but anyway. So let's get started with just some of my general thoughts. Okay, I get a lot of questions about Bath and Body Works from people in terms of, why do I continue to shop with them if the vast majority of my experiences with them are not the most positive? And so I thought I would address that first because I think it's a very fair question. I think for me, the reason that I continue to shop with Bath and Body Works is that there's an ease to it. There are stores all over the place. In fact, I have a store less than 10 minutes from my house, and they're actually getting ready to open another store. I don't know if they're moving from the mall across the street to somewhere else, or if they're opening a second location because the mall location is typically so busy. But yeah, it's ease, right? Like, we all have a Bath and Body Works in our mall. And so that part of it definitely continues to draw me in. I also think it's just habitual. I've been burning the Bath and Body Works candles for really as long as I can remember, and I have a lot of fond memories associated with them, and they do. One thing I will give Bath and Body Works, and I don't know if this is necessarily the best thing, but they are kind of famous for bringing back the same things over and over and over again. They'll repackage them, they'll rename them, maybe they'll tweak something ever so slightly, but it's pretty much what I used to love in the past. So I know that I can go in, or even if I want to place an order online, I know what I'm getting in terms of the fragrance. And that's, I don't know, that appeals to me, I guess. And yeah, I think that's mostly it. It's the ease, it's the fact that I kind of know what I'm getting in terms of the fragrances themselves. And yeah, they're super readily available. They do still have somewhat frequent sales, although with the price increases, and this is kind of where I get into like just some of my overall thoughts. So that's why I continue to burn them. It's easy. They're right there. I know what I'm getting. And yeah, that's why. I don't know if that's a good enough explanation for those of you that are curious, but that's what it is. In terms of just my overall thoughts, I have obviously struggled with Bath & Body Works candles. While I love a lot of the fragrances, the burn quality I think has decreased greatly over the years. I used to be able to burn all of my Bath & Body Works candles from top to bottom without a ton of issues. Yeah, occasionally there would be a candle that had that kind of kerosene type smell to it, but that was rare. But I used to never have major issues with the wicks or with sooting or candles studding out or puny wicks, things like that. That used to never be like an ongoing issue. But in recent years, that has been the issues with my Bath and Body Works candles, is that the wicks that they're using, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's some science behind it. I know they have people working on these candles, right? Like, this is a huge draw to Bath and Body Works. Their home fragrance has exploded over the years. I mean, we can see that just in like the Candle Day sales. You know, there are people that will line up starting at like 3, 4 in the morning to make sure that they're some of the first people into their local stores when they open. Like, I mean, home fragrance just in general is kind of exploding. It's become a really popular thing. And again, because of the ease of being able to walk into a store, you can pick up the candle, you can stick your nose in it, you can smell it, you know whether you like it or not. You know, and that's kind of the difference with a lot of the online retailers is I'm sure more people would purchase from different candle brands if they have the opportunity to be able to go into a retail store and smell what they were interested in first. So yeah, there's just a lot of issues with the wicks for me. There is a lot of sooting, and specifically with the like tree stump wicks that they seem to have an affinity for, those tend to dud out on me at the halfway point. Like they just, the wick gets so low that it doesn't create a wax pool anymore, and so I just don't get any strength or throw from the candles, and so that means a lot of my Bath & Body Works candles have ended up in my candle crocks. Now, don't get me wrong, I still get the fragrance that I want out of my Bath & Body Works candles, and if the only way that I can utilize those Bath & Body Works candles is to put them in the candle crocks, I'm kind of okay with that, but it's also not ideal. Like, I buy candles also for the ambiance. For me, it's a combination of two things. It's the smells, gotta smell good, and then it's the ambiance. I love the flame. I love the way that, you know, it makes your house just more inviting and cozy, and having an open flame like that just kind of enhances that coziness and that just welcoming, you know, nature of my house. Like I like it. I like the flame. I'd like to be able to burn the candles, but I just haven't had that experience with them. So that's really my main beef. Additionally, I do think that the price of Bath & Body Works candles has increased significantly, and this started before the pandemic, right? Like a lot of things have increased in price due to supply issues, due to shipping delays, due to the world just kind of being in chaos right now. But Bath & Body Works kind of started raising their prices pretty regularly well before this. And even throughout all of what is happening, they are continuing to raise the price, and they are making the sales less and less appealing. I remember when there used to be and this was a long time ago, obviously, you could do a buy one, get one back when the candles were like $19 or $19.50, which was awesome because you could do like a 2 for $20 special. Do you guys remember that? And then they had those really great online survey coupons where you could get 10 off of 30, and you were just able to like really play that coupon game well there. The coupons, they are a little bit more rare these days. They tend to be 20% instead of 10 off of 30. They don't often come in email format anymore. Usually I get my coupons now through the mail. In fact, I just got one a couple days ago. My husband gets coupons. We don't know how he got signed up because I didn't sign him up, and he's never stepped foot inside of a Bath & Body Works. And then I give them my phone number every time I come in, so I get the coupons as well. So typically I get 2 sets, which is fine, but they're 20% off. And so I usually don't use the second one. And sometimes I don't even use either of the coupons, right? Like I just get them and I'm like, there's nothing that I want right now, or the sales are just $10 off at this point, which, I mean, if the candles are $26.50, like, it's a lot. It's a lot to justify for a Bath & Body Works that in all likelihood I'll burn like once or twice and get the fragrance and the ambiance, and then I'm down to the fragrance because after that I have to put it in the candle crock because either it's sooting really badly or it just stopped performing or the wicks went haywire or whatever. So I guess those are kind of my main beefs. That being said, they still have a lot of the amazing fragrances that I love. Pumpkin pecan waffles, basic, been around for years, but it's delicious. Vanilla balsam, love it. Summer Boardwalk is always a good one. Berry Waffle Cone. In terms of more fall scents, the pumpkin apple. There's a lot that I've loved from Bath and Body Works over the years, and there's also a lot that I've loved that they don't seem to bring back. Pink Petal Tea Cake was one that I was lusting after for the longest time, and then they brought it back, and now they're like, nope, not gonna play with that anymore. But yeah, so I don't know. I go back and forth because I'm like, do I really continue to like kind of blow my money on these candles? I certainly don't buy them in bulk anymore. You do not see me doing a lot of Bath and Body Works candle hauls because I don't really buy enough to justify a haul. I'll pick up one or two candles here and there when there is a good sale and I have a coupon and there's something that I really want to try and that I think is worth reviewing. But for the most part, I don't have a ton of Bath and Body Works anymore. I do have still a little bit of a collection left. The vast majority of that is my original, I keep forgetting the name of it, and it's one of my faves, the Berry Waffle Cone, that one, in the purple ribbed glass. Do you guys remember when that came out? I bought a ton of those, and so I'm finally making my way through that extensive collection that I had. I do still have a couple crates left of that, and I'm talking the Bath & Body Works, like 6 crate things that they'll give you if you buy multiple candles. So I still have probably between my spring, summer, and my fall, winter, maybe like 5 or 6 of those, maybe. But the rest of my collection is, I have a lot of homeworks, buy a lot of homeworks, but Bath and Body Works, I don't buy in bulk anymore. I just can't justify buying it in bulk. So those are just kind of my general thoughts. Will I stick with them in 2022? Yeah, I'm totally going to buy stuff this year, but do I see myself buying in bulk or really, really getting back into it the way that some reviewers do? No, probably not with Bath and Body Works, but I'll still buy the candles and you'll still see reviews of them and you'll still see them in weekly home fragrance roundups. But other than that, I don't know. It's not my favorite go-to brand anymore. That being said, let's talk about some stuff that I did enjoy last year. Now, I did try to focus the majority of this list on fragrances that were new to me last year that I really enjoyed. Again, there's others that I love as well, but I wanted to kind of talk about the newer things that I tried and what I really enjoyed in that respect. I don't have backups of any of these candles because I didn't buy them in bulk the way that I used to. I mean, most of you who've been with me for a while and you've seen some of my Bath and Body Works candle hauls in the past, like I would buy like 3, 4, 5, 6 of my favorite things. In the case of Berry Waffle Cone, I bought like, I'm not going to admit how many I bought of that. It was a lot, but let's get into it. So I don't have these candles to show you, but I do have reviews up of all of them on my channel, so you can reference them there. Wild Berry Jam Donut. I really like this. I don't think it really smelled like a donut per se, but I really do like that kind of fruity concoction or that just fruity berry scent that candle provided. Wasn't the best burning candle, but that's kind of par for the course for me. Sorry about the lighting, by the way, you guys. It's obviously a very sunny day, so I'm trying to work this out, but this isn't like, I don't even have anything to show you, so it probably doesn't even matter. So Wild Berry Jam Donut was delicious. I did buy, I think, a couple of those and really enjoyed them. They spent the bulk of their time in my candle crocks, and that was great. When I put my candles in the candle crock, I really feel like I am getting my money's worth out of them because I usually get several days worth of 24/7, like, fragrancing, if you will. The candle crock releases the fragrance oils. The wax never dissipates. So by the time that all of the fragrance oils have dissipated, you are just left with wax that smells like wax with maybe a hint of what the fragrance used to be. But you can't light that candle again once it goes in the candle crock. So at that point, it just becomes a situation of getting the wax out, recycling the glass jars, and tossing the wax. That might be wasteful to some, but I don't know, it's the way I do it. Spiced cranberry toffee, but this one was a surprise to me. This is one that I wish I would have picked up a few more backups of, but at the same time, I'm also like, maybe not, because while the first one did burn quite well, I think I actually burned that one completely to the bottom. I would have probably had issues with subsequent burns because that's kind of been what my experience is. Like, one of the candles will burn really great, and then I light up the second one that I bought if I happen to purchase a backup of it, and then the second one just doesn't perform for me, and it's just like, ugh, there's just that inconsistency, which is sort of annoying. But the spiced cranberry toffee was delicious. It was sweet, but it wasn't overly sweet and cloying. I think it was a really great fall scent. I didn't get a ton of toffee from it. It was a little bit more heavy on the cranberry to my nose, and I'm a huge cranberry fan. It was just a delicious gourmand scent, and I really enjoyed it. And I hope it comes back again this next year. I would totally repurchase it. Again, probably not in bulk, but I'd buy one. And if that one burned well, or if, earlier in the year, as in 2022, if I'm getting a better experience from a lot of the candles that I do end up purchasing, then I might buy that one in bulk. Although I really try not to do that anymore because, man, at one point my candle collection was out of control. It still is. It's still pretty nuts, but at the same time, it's not nearly what it used to be. Ooh, it was nuts. Okay, so here's the one where I kind of cheated. This last year was the first. They've always had like Georgia peach, right? Georgia peach has never smelled like market peach to me, and I was able to get a market peach in 2021, and it smelled pretty much identical to the original. The original market peach to me is one of my favorite peach scents. It is a very sweet, very candied peach scent. It really smells like those candy, like peach rings from Haribo taste. Like, that particular scent always makes my mouth water. I just love it. I love the sweetness of it. I love the candied nature of the fragrance. It just always has smelled so good to me. And back in the day, Market Peach was one of the ones that, every spring and summer when it would come out, I would stock up on it. And I remember our old house, like, that was the one that I just typically loved to burn that time of year in the spring and the summer. And it just made me so happy. And it just kind of brought me back to the time where, when Craig and I were first married and we were having Stella, and like, that was the predominant scent in our house during that time of the year. And I had some fond memories associated with it. And it came back this year and it smelled very, very similar to the original. And it just made me happy to be able to experience it again. So I hope that they continue to bring back the Market Peach. Again, I tried the Georgia Peach and it didn't smell the same to me. Some people might say it's the exact same thing. It didn't smell the same to me, and I was a huge Market Peach fan, so there's that. Okay, pumpkin spice latte. That was one that I picked up during the fall, and I did grab a couple of that one. I really like that one. It had some of those pumpkin notes combined with just kind of a more basic, I guess, latte or coffee, like creamy coffee type scent, and I liked it a lot. It burned okay, but it did really well in my candle crocks. And so I think I burned the first one for the most part all the way down. Last little bit I popped in the candle crock. Then I lit up my second one. That one didn't burn super well, so I just automatically put it in the candle crock. And I just really liked having that as a background scent during the fall this last year. I thought the packaging was really pretty. It was in the White Barn collection packaging, and it just had this beautiful opaque orange glass, like a matte finish, and then that beautiful simple label on the front. I don't love a lot of the cartoony or like more artistic, I guess, Bath and Body Works labels. I really do like that White Barn Core Collection packaging that they have now. It just is maybe, I don't want to say like elegant, but it just looks maybe a little bit more sophisticated. And I don't know, the aesthetics of the candle do matter to me. Maybe it shouldn't, but it does. But anyway, I really enjoyed the pumpkin spice latte. And then number 5 is Harvest Pomegranate. Now that one did burn like a rock star. I really like that one. and I loved the fragrance. I don't know if that was a repackage of something else, but Harvest Pomegranate was definitely new to me this last year. I love that slight tartness of the pomegranate. I felt like it almost leaned a little bit cranberry as well, but I think pomegranate and cranberry are kind of in the same boat where they have just a little bit of like sourness to go along with that sweetness, and it's just it's a very pleasant fragrance that time of year. I think it would have also been a great fragrance to use like through Thanksgiving into the holidays. I love cranberry starting in the fall until we basically get to the new year. And that one was a really nice blend that was super enjoyable. I had great luck with it, and I was a huge fan. I hope that Harvest Pomegranate comes back this year, and I would totally repurchase it. In fact, any of these, if they came back this year, a little list here, I would totally repurchase them because I think they were great scents. So again, so the moral of the story is I'm going to keep shopping with Bath & Body Works, but I am not giving them nearly as much of my money as I have in the past. I obviously have some other candle brands that I tend to, I guess, favor a little bit more now. But that being said, I'm not going to give up on Bath & Body Works. It's just too easy to get them, and they do still send me coupons, and they do still have sales. And if I can get a good deal, I'll totally still buy them. So, because if they are somewhere between like 10 and I would say even $12 is kind of pushing it for me, but I'm willing to go up to paying $12 on sale with a coupon. 12 is my max per candle. So if I can get them for around that price point, I will, but I don't think I would go much beyond that, with the exception of, if I thought something was worth reviewing, I would maybe splurge on a couple of those candles. But in terms of the burn quality, that really matters to me, and I'm just not getting what I want there. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts on Bath & Body Works in 2021. What did you love? What did you hate? How are the burn qualities for you guys? Like, there are so many people, you guys, Instagram has exploded with Bath & Body Works, like content, dedicated accounts. Like, there's so many people that just talk about Bath & Body Works. It's insane. And they just buy and buy like literally everything that comes out. And I feel like that's a good thing in some ways, but in other ways, I'm just like, does that continue to perpetuate Bath & Body Works thinking that they don't have to change anything, even though obviously there is a difference in the quality now? I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I'm always interested in what you have to say. So let me know down below. I don't think I can link any of these things. Sorry, I wish I could, but stay tuned. It's Bath & Body Works. I'm sure most of these will be back this next year. All right, have a great rest of your Sunday, and next week we will do top 5 for Kringle. That one's going to be a little bit interesting because it's mostly going to be like holiday stuff. Really didn't get started with Kringle again last year until like the fall. And that was, I kind of just went straight into Christmas with them, to be totally honest. So it's probably going to be mostly Christmas candles, but so that'll be up next week. And then we'll do Scentsy at the end. Don't really have a lot of other ancillary candle companies to talk about. I will try to expand this year a little bit. There's some things that I want to try for Milk House. There's, I do want to try Swan Creek candles again because it's been a while. And then maybe a couple of others in there. So I'm trying to expand my candle content just a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Please subscribe if you're new. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.